Welcome to the ULF News Roundup. This is Chairman Jack, and I will be your host for today. Regardless of the human cost the economic blockade causes to the Venezuelan people, Attorney General William Barr Thursday announced that his country, the United States, will designate Venezuela as a state sponsor of terrorism. The State Department also announced indictments against President Nicolas Maduro and the other Venezuelan officials whom the Trump regime accuses of having ties to international drug trafficking networks. Additionally, the U.S. government offers $15 million for any information leading to the arrest of the Bolivarian president, as well as rewards of the $10 million US dollars for information related to various political and military officials. Now, quickly is just to say this is nothing more than the tactics of a rabid dog trying to push on a coup that is nothing more than an impossibility. Next on the list, President Trump wants to send cash payments to households in less than 2 weeks. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer said Wednesday, but former IRS officials warn that the deadline could be hard to meet. The payments are one of the central provisions in the $2 trillion stimulus package that just recently got passed. UN High Commissioner for Human Rights Michelle Bachelet, in a statement regarding sanctions and efforts to fight COVID-19, has called for the easing of sanctions on other countries such as the DPRK, Venezuela, and others. She states that the sanctions currently in place are making it harder for them to effectively respond to COVID-19, and easing of current sanctions would greatly assist those in the efforts to fight those affected countries. Another quick thing. This is the fact on the table that these socialist countries are the main ones fighting COVID-19 and are the main ones sending doctors around the world, and the U.S., being the rabid dog it is trying to quickly make up new vaccines and is trying to poach doctors from around the world in order to patent the vaccine and make money off of it, rather than like in Cuba and China and Venezuela, where they're sending doctors around the world to aid people and trying to aid their own citizens at home and actually solving the issue. They would rather have none of that occur and simply make money off of it. On to the next issue. Russian scientists have discovered that the drug Molnupiravir is an effective treatment of COVID-19. Molnupiravir, an anti-malaria drug, has been shown to combat COVID-19 degenerative effects on cells and prevent it from replicating. In response to the growing COVID-19 epidemic, the Venezuelan government has announced a series of economic measures. These measures include the suspension of all rent, commercial, and residential for 6 months, the payment of small to medium-sized businesses' employee wages for 6 months, with bonuses for all public and private sector employees, alongside many measures. In the United Kingdom, some great news. Reports have come out confirming that Prime Minister Boris Johnson has tested positive for COVID-19. Alarm has spread throughout the United Kingdom government over concerns that may have been in physical contact with the PM and who has up to this point not engaged in social distancing purposefully. In Brazil, Bolsonaro has tested positive for COVID-19, another great news story, has begun waging a war of denial around COVID-19, questioning the scope and impact of the virus against the broad opinion of medical professionals and the World Health Organization. Regarding deaths caused by COVID-19, Bolsonaro was quoted as saying, "Sorry, some will have to die." This has led to favela gangs instituting their own quarantines and instituting mandatory social distancing, saying if he won't deal with it, we will. That is all for the ULF News. I thank you so much for listening. I have been Chairman Jack.